This video is going to be about how to hold and maintain a trumpet. When you first take your trumpet out of the case, you're going to want to know how to hold it. So first I'm going to teach you the right hand. For the right hand, you want to make a loose C and gently place your fingers on top of these valves. So 1, 2, 3, and your pinky is going to rest right here in this hook. You want to make sure that your fingers stay nice and curved, that they don't get straight or like pressed down too hard. Keep them nice and relaxed in a C, kind of like this. And then your thumb on your right hand is going to rest right here in between the first and second valve. So you have your thumb, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. For your left hand, your thumb is going to wrap around the outside of the first valve. Then your ring finger or your middle finger is going to be placed in the third valve ring, like this. And then the remaining fingers are going to wrap around the outside of the third valve casing. So you have your thumb, your third or fourth finger, and the remaining fingers, including your pinky. Your pinky can rest on the bottom or the top. I like the top because that way when you're holding the trumpet, you can have a nice straight motion from your wrist all the way down to your arm. Now we're going to talk about mouthpiece and embouchure. When you're putting your mouthpiece inside the trumpet, you're going to want to take your mouthpiece, stick it in the lead pipe, and give it a quarter twist to the left or the right just to ensure that it's tight within the pipe. When you're thinking about your embouchure, think about an ah shape in the inside of your mouth. So say ah, and notice how when you say ah that your jaw is nice and open and relaxed. And then say the word M. Notice how when you say M, the top and bottom of your lip touch, ever so slightly, but they touch. M. You want to keep those two things in mind when you're buzzing on the mouthpiece. When you're thinking about the embouchure, you also want to think about having firm corners. So kind of think of M, so your lips are touching here, and then slightly tighten your corners. So M, and you can feel the muscles get tight there. You want to make sure that when you say M though, and you firm up your corners, you aren't pushing out your lips in any way. That's how you get a buzz. And so now, in order to transfer that buzz to the mouthpiece, you have to put the mouthpiece on your face. You want to make sure that the mouthpiece is either 1/3 top lip, 2/3 bottom lip, or 50-50. If you have it too much on the top lip, it'll restrict the vibrations. So then you just place it there. Think about firm corners and M, making sure that your lips touch before you start the buzz. Take a full, deep breath. And that's how you get a buzz. Just to review one last time, your right hand, you have the C shape, place 1, 2, 3, pinky in a hook, thumb between the first and second valve, and then for your left hand, thumb wraps around the first valve, you have your fourth or third finger in the third valve ring, and then the other fingers wrap around the third valve casing. Make sure that you have a straight line between your wrist and the arm. Think about your mouthpiece being on your face, either 1/3 top, 2/3 bottom, or 50-50. Take a nice deep breath. And that's how you get your first note. Maintaining a trumpet isn't hard. There's not a lot to it. First, we're going to talk about valve oil. So if you need to oil a valve, you want to unscrew it all the way. Once it's unscrewed, you can pull the valve up. If I had oil, I would apply 5 or 6 drops to the top of the valve, not on the pad part, but right below that. And then once I applied the oil, I would move the valve up and down, twisting it around a little bit, just to make sure that the oil gets all the way through. Then I would line the valve back up, screw it in. Then after it's completely screwed in, I would kind of, once again, bounce the valve up and down to make sure that the oil has gone all the way through. Next, we're going to talk about slide grease. If you have a slide that needs to be greased, you will pull the slide out, apply the grease to the slide all the way around, and then once you've done that, you will put one side of the slide back in, kind of twist it around to make sure that the grease gets inside nice and good. And then you'll do that on the other side also. Kind of twist it around. Then once you've done that on both sides, you will put the slide back in. And that's how you hold and maintain a trumpet.